this just got darker than a Blueface diss track gone wrong. The FBI has reportedly linked Chrisean Rock, yes, the same Chrisean who punches out paparazzi and prays in the same breath, to a shocking murder case that's making the whole internet choke on disbelief. You thought reality TV was messy? Nah. This makes the Kardashians look like the Brady Bunch on Bible study night. Word on the digital streets is that federal agents have been quietly investigating a mysterious death, and somehow, Chrisean's name just popped up in the paperwork. Fans are screaming, "Ain't no way!" While Twitter detectives are already drawing conspiracy maps like it's the season finale of Power. It's wild, chaotic, and absolutely Chrisean-coded a storm of accusations. Cryptic DMs, deleted posts, and FBI sources whispering that this might go way deeper than anyone imagined, and just when you thought she'd finally escaped the drama, boom, her name's trending next to murder investigation. Grab your popcorn, because this scandal's exploding faster than a Gervonta Davis punch in slow motion. Stay tuned, because what we're about to uncover will make you question everything you thought you knew about fame, loyalty, and how fast the feds really move. The moment the headline dropped, FBI links Chrisean Rock to shocking murder case, the internet went into absolute meltdown. Within minutes, social media turned into a digital courtroom. Everyone had an opinion, no one had facts, and somehow half the internet turned into part-time FBI agents with full-time Wi-Fi. Let's rewind this messy timeline before we dive into the chaos. It started with a name, Ronnie Doe, a low-key Los Angeles club promoter who was reportedly found dead under suspicious circumstances. At first, it sounded like another tragic Hollywood headline: overdose, robbery, something random. But when detectives started pulling digital footprints, one name allegedly kept reappearing in the files: Chrisean Malone. Better known to the world as Chrisean Rock, the internet's walking hurricane in designer slides. Now, nobody's saying Chrisean pulled the trigger, but the feds apparently found communication logs, bank transactions, and phone pings that trace back to her circle, and that's where it gets wild. Because if there's one thing the internet loves more than drama, it's the phrase federal investigation. People instantly started connecting dots that might not even exist. Screenshots of alleged DMs started circulating. Some fans claimed they saw Chrisean post cryptic tweets days before the death, quotes like "Karma don't miss" and "Watch what you say about me." Normally, that's just regular Tuesday energy for her. But now, every emoji, every exclamation mark suddenly looked like a clue in a murder mystery. Then came the leaked voice note. A short, distorted clip posted on an anonymous Reddit account claimed to be Chrisean's voice arguing with someone about getting even. Within hours, it spread like wildfire. TikTok detectives broke down the waveform like it was the Zapruder film. Some claimed it was AI generated. Others swore they recognized her tone. But regardless of authenticity, the damage was done. The internet decided this was too suspicious to ignore. Blueface, sitting comfortably in his own chaos, was apparently caught off guard too. Insiders say he tried to stay quiet until fans flooded his comment section with questions like, "Bro, your baby mama is under FBI watch." One post from his burner account even said, "Y'all trippin'. She ain't do nothing but go viral." But that only made it worse. Because in today's social media ecosystem, silence equals guilt and denial equals drama. Meanwhile, the FBI's involvement added gasoline to the digital bonfire. According to a supposed insider who spoke to a gossip outlet, the feds were monitoring online chatter connected to Chrisean's inner circle, her managers, her entourage, even people from her old Baltimore crew. The investigation reportedly started small, but expanded when evidence suggested financial connections between the victim and Chrisean's team. Now, let's be real, this could easily be one of those classic misinterpreted transactions stories. Maybe someone paid someone else for promotion, maybe for studio time, maybe for something totally innocent. But the internet doesn't wait for context. The minute the letters FBI show up next to your name, you're officially trending harder than a Drake diss within hours. Hashtags like #ChriseanFBI, #Justice for Ronnie, and #RockInvestigated took over Twitter. You had fans defending her like she was the Virgin Mary of Baltimore, and haters acting like they were testifying at her trial. One fan tweeted, "Y'all gone put a federal case on a girl who can barely keep her phone charged." Another clapped back, "Sis been fighting demons and contracts. I wouldn't put anything past her." The comment section looked like a civil war with glitter. Then TM's style outlets jumped in with exclusive sources that somehow all contradicted each other. One claimed the FBI raided a studio where Chrisean was recording. Another said they subpoenaed her phone records. Someone even claimed her security guard was taken in for questioning. None of it was confirmed, but by then, confirmation didn't matter. The internet already believed the story, and that's all it takes for a modern-day trial by timeline. Even the memes were ruthless. One viral TikTok showed Chrisean in handcuffs edited next to Olivia Benson from Law & Order, SVU. The caption said, "When your mixtape turns into Exhibit A." Another meme had Blueface saying, "She dangerous. But I didn't know she was that dangerous." People were joking, but beneath the jokes, you could feel the collective shock. Because love her or hate her, nobody expected this. Meanwhile, Chrisean's social media activity started looking suspiciously quiet. Her usual flood of posts slowed to a trickle. No rants, no selfies, no gym videos. Fans started asking, "Where's Chrisean?" Some said she was laying low. Others thought she'd been taken in for questioning. Then, like a plot twist out of nowhere, she popped up on Instagram Live. In the live, she looked calm to calm. "Ain't nobody investigating me," she said with that signature half smile. "Y'all just bored." The internet makes up anything to get views. But her tone? It had that kind of controlled chaos that only Chrisean could deliver. She didn't deny knowing Ronnie Doe, she just said, "I don't know what y'all talking about," which, of course, didn't help, because in gossip world physics, "I don't know what y'all talking about" translates directly to "I know exactly what y'all talking about, but I can't say it yet." And the way she smirked at the end of that live stream, pure viral gasoline. Within minutes, clips of it were everywhere, cropped, looped, slowed down, with captions like "That's the look of someone hiding something." But the weirdest part came next. Her team suddenly started deleting older posts, including a few where she'd mentioned cutting fake friends and not trusting nobody. Why scrub harmless captions if you've got nothing to hide? Fans noticed immediately, and the conspiracy train took off like it was fueled by Red Bull and rage. Meanwhile, Blueface's mom, Carlissa, couldn't resist her usual cameo in the family drama universe. She jumped on her Instagram story and wrote, "I told y'all that girl was no good. God don't play about his children," and that, of course, blew up faster than the rumor itself. By now, every gossip page from Hollywood Unlocked to the Shade Room was running variations of the story. The feds hadn't confirmed a thing, but that didn't stop the algorithm from feasting on it. What started as whispers in a subreddit had now become a full-blown digital crime saga, complete with fan theories, fake screenshots, and YouTubers breaking it down frame by frame, like it was making a murderer too. Oh, and through it all, Chrisean stayed unpredictable. One day she's silent, the next she's posting Bible verses and flexing her baby. That duality, the chaos and calm, made the whole thing even creepier. Because let's face it, when Chrisean Rock goes quiet, something's cooking. And if the feds really are circling, this could be the biggest celebrity plot twist since Oja tried on the glove. But just when fans thought they'd seen it all, something else dropped. A leaked photo allegedly showing a black SUV with government plates parked outside a recording studio the same night Chrisean was reportedly inside. Coincidence? Maybe, but online detectives didn't think so. And with every new rumor, one thing became clear: this wasn't just another messy Chrisean headline. This was something darker, deeper, and possibly dangerous. The internet couldn't stop watching. And the feds weren't done digging, because as it turns out, that was just the beginning. If part 1 was chaos, part 2 is pure insanity. Because just when you thought this story couldn't get messier, the plot thickened faster than Carlissa's Instagram rant. The internet, already drowning in theories, suddenly got hit with a second wave of leaks that made every blogger, podcaster, and basement conspiracy theorist lose their collective minds. It started with a confidential document floating around Twitter stamped with an FBI header, redacted lines, and the words "person of interest, Chrisean Malone." Now, whether it was real or AI generated by some bored teenager with Photoshop doesn't even matter anymore, because the second that image hit timelines, it went viral like a Kardashian crying scene. People weren't asking, "Is it real?" They were saying, "I knew it." Within hours, TikTok was a courtroom. Hashtags like #FreeChrisiean and #RockConTrial started trending simultaneously. You had half of Black Twitter defending her like she was wrongly accused by a corrupt system, and the other half dragging her like she was auditioning for Snapped Celebrity Edition. But then came the bombshell. A video surfaced showing Chrisean at a Hollywood club the night before Ronnie Doe's death. In the footage, she's seen arguing with someone off camera, visibly heated. The person filming can be heard saying, "Yo, chill, Rock. It's not that deep." A few hours later, Ronnie's name pops up in the news. The internet put two and two together and got 50. Now, to be fair, the clip could mean absolutely nothing. People argue in clubs all the time that's just Saturday night in law. But context doesn't matter when the internet smells blood. Suddenly, that clip was proof. It was playing on loop across YouTube channels titled things like "The Night Chrisean Snapped" and "The Footage That Changed Everything." And then, as if the universe had a sense of humor, Blueface himself decided to add fuel to the fire. He posted a cryptic tweet that said, "Somebody always playin' the victim when they really the villain. No name, no tags, but come on." The internet immediately connected the dots. Comments exploded. "He talkin' 'bout Chrisean. Bro finally exposing her. Plot twist, he the one who called the feds." The situation spiraled faster than a reality TV meltdown. You had celebrities chiming in now because of course they did. Charleston White, never missing an opportunity for chaos, went on live laughing, "I been told y'all that girl was trouble. The FBI just late to the party." Meanwhile, Academics was on Twitch calling it the craziest celebrity scandal since Yinwi Melly. Even Boozy had to say something, posting, "If they taken Chrisean, they might as well take Blueface too. That's Bonnie and Clyde energy." And just like that, the rumor went from messy to mythical. Then came the most unexpected voice in the mix, Whack 100, Blueface's ex-manager and professional chaos conductor. He hopped on Clubhouse claiming that the feds been watching Chrisean since her Baltimore days, and that she was too deep in the streets to ever go mainstream. He even hinted that there were record label eyes involved, suggesting that this wasn't just about a death, but about money laundering and industry secrets. Now, whether he was telling the truth or just stirring the pot, that statement made headlines everywhere. Suddenly, this wasn't just a murder rumor, it became an industry conspiracy. People started throwing out names like Rock Nation, Zeus Network, even Diddy's team, because let's be honest, when the internet plays detective, everyone becomes a suspect. But the real shocker, screenshots surfaced of messages allegedly between Chrisean and an unknown associate where she allegedly said, "He had it coming." God don't play. The messages were grainy, time-stamped weirdly, and completely unverifiable, but who cares about proof when there's popcorn? Every gossip blog ate it up like Thanksgiving dinner. Meanwhile, Chrisean went silent again. Her team posted a vague statement saying, "We are aware of the false allegations circulating online." Chrisean has not been contacted by any law enforcement agencies regarding this matter, which, of course, made fans go, "Aha! So there's something to contact her about." Because that's how the internet works. Deny it too fast, and people think you're lying. Wait too long, and they think you're hiding. Either way, you lose. Even more suspicious? A few of her celebrity friends started quietly unfollowing her, including JD from City Girls, Summer Walker, and even Blueface's mom's cousin, because somehow, that family stays connected in chaos. Fans noticed instantly. "Y'all see JD unfollowed Rock? Something's up." One tweet said. That one tweet alone got 200,000 likes. Then, as if the story wasn't already Hollywood enough, a source close to the investigation allegedly told Radar Online that electronic evidence connected Chrisean's phone to a known suspect. Boom, that one line broke the internet. Again, podcasters started dropping emergency episodes. YouTubers did 3-hour live streams analyzing her body language and old interviews. Even Wendy Williams fan pages came out of retirement just to say, "Now this is a scandal," and the memes? Legendary. One viral post showed the Zeus Network logo replaced with the FBI seal, with the caption, "Coming soon, Feds and Family, the Chrisean rock story." Another had her mugshot photoshopped onto a Netflix thumbnail that read, "Based on a true mess," but beneath the laughter, something real was shifting. The hip-hop community, the same one that once championed Chrisean as the ride-or-die underdog, was starting to pull back. A few promoters reportedly paused negotiations with her, claiming they wanted to let the situation cool off. Translation: nobody wants to book someone trending under #FBI investigation. And you could feel the paranoia creeping in. Fans started noticing old clips where Chrisean had mentioned people dying for clout or said things like, "You play with me, you play with your life," out of context. Maybe, but in this new light, it sounded eerily prophetic. Then out of nowhere, a new player entered the chat, a woman claiming to be Ronnie Doe's cousin. She went live saying, "We've been telling police who was around him before he died. They ain't listen. Now look." She didn't say names, but she didn't have to. The internet did the math for her. Her live hit over 3 million views in under 24 hours. Comments poured in like a digital riot. Some said she was chasing clout, others swore she was confirming the rumor. Either way, it fueled the fire. By this point, Chrisean's reputation was dangling by a thread. And every second she stayed quiet, that thread frayed even more. But then, as if she couldn't help herself, she jumped back online, posting a story that simply said, "They can't stop what God already planned." The caption had a prayer hands emoji and a sparkle. You could hear the collective gasp across the internet, because if the FBI rumor was fake, why respond like that? Why talk like you're being persecuted by invisible forces? That post was like throwing gasoline on a fireworks factory. Theories started branching like a Marvel multiverse. Some fans said she was being framed by industry elites. Others claimed Blueface set her up out of revenge. A few even whispered about witness protection, body doubles, and secret indictments. It was absolute digital anarchy, a full-blown storm of accusations, memes, tears, and hashtags, and somewhere in the middle of it all, the FBI stayed silent. No press conference, no denial, nothing, which only made it creepier, because when the feds don't speak, the internet screams louder. By now, this wasn't just celebrity gossip, it was modern folklore, a living, breathing urban legend playing out in real time. And the scariest part, the deeper people dug, the weirder it got, because someone uncovered something that changed everything, a connection no one saw coming, one that could turn this from a rumor into a full-blown revelation. And trust me, you're not ready for what comes next. By this point, the whole internet was spiraling like a plot twist in a Tyler Perry movie written by Quentin Tarantino. Every gossip account, crime podcaster, and YouTube commentator had jumped on the train, and the tracks were literally on fire. But then, as if this digital circus hadn't reached peak madness yet, the real-world consequences started rolling in. First came the reports that Chrisean's team had been served with subpoenas. Multiple blogs claimed the FBI was officially looking into her business dealings, whether true or not. The visual alone, agents in black suits knocking on her door while she live streams with gospel music in the background, had Twitter losing its mind. The memes were unreal. One said, "The feds watching Chrisean's live like it's pay-per-view." Another showed the Zeus Network logo with a new tagline, "Now featuring federal surveillance." People were laughing, but the tension was real. Because while the internet was memeing, the industry was panicking. Chrisean's endorsements started to evaporate overnight. A fitness brand quietly pulled down her promo post. A cosmetics company paused collaboration. Even a planned appearance on a late-night show was suddenly rescheduled indefinitely. That's par code for "we don't want the FBI calling during the taping." And then the leaks just kept coming. A gossip outlet dropped what they claimed was an FBI interview transcript, heavily redacted, but containing the words Chrisean associate, and monetary exchange, it might have been fake, but fans didn't care. In the world of viral scandal, perception is reality. Meanwhile, Chrisean's fanbase was splitting in two. On one side, the die-hard defenders posting Bible verses, saying she's being attacked for her anointing. On the other, the skeptics turning into digital detectives with magnified screenshots, dissecting her tattoos, her tweets, her old lyrics. One fan even claimed her 2022 song Vibes had hidden confessions. Lyrics like "I've been fighting demons, they keep sending me tests" were now being quoted like evidence in a trial. Someone tweeted, "The girl literally told y'all she fighting demons. Y'all thought she meant spiritually?" Then came the industry whispers. Word started circulating that a big-name record label executive had quietly pulled her from a pending distribution deal, allegedly telling insiders, "The feds sniffing around is bad for business." That's when people realized this wasn't just gossip anymore. Careers were being scorched, and in the middle of it all, Chrisean posted again, this time, a black screen with white text. It said, "Y'all really believe everything you read. I'm protected by God. Y'all can't break me." But the comment section wasn't buying it. Thousands of replies flooded in. "Girl, God might protect you, but he don't do plea deals. If you innocent, say it with your chest. Post your location if the feds ain't looking for you." The tone was shifting. The internet had gone from curiosity to judgment. And it wasn't pretty. But then came the twist no one saw coming. A witness, a woman claiming to have worked with Ronnie Doe, went on TikTok live crying, saying she saw things the night he died. She didn't say names, but she described a female celebrity with a blue wig being involved in a heated altercation. The internet didn't need more clues. Within minutes, comments flooded in. "Blue wig equals Blueface's blue girl. It's rock." That clip racked up 11 million views overnight. Suddenly, everyone was quoting her like gospel truth. And the FBI, still silent, became the biggest mystery character in the story. Were they watching? Were they building a case? Nobody knew. But the lack of answers made everything scarier. Even mainstream media started sniffing around. Cable news anchors began mentioning her name with that classic "we're not saying she did it, but we're totally saying she did it" tone. That's when the fallout hit maximum speed. Blueface, who'd been trolling in the background, finally snapped. He went live saying, "Y'all keep saying my baby mama in trouble, but half y'all don't know what trouble even look like. Leave that girl alone, she ain't no killer, she just crazy." But his defense was not exactly comforting. "She ain't no killer, she just crazy" became an instant meme, trending with the hashtag she just crazy. Twitter exploded with reactions. "That's not a defense, that's a confession." At this point, even Charlemagne the God jumped in on the Breakfast Club, saying, "Every time we think we've hit rock bottom, rock digs deeper." The audience laughed. But the undertone was dead serious. The public was starting to see her less as a misunderstood celebrity and more as a walking red flag with designer lashes. Then out of nowhere, a video leak hit the internet. It was grainy CCTV footage from outside a recording studio. Two vehicles. A heated argument. A shove. A flash. It was impossible to see faces, but conspiracy channels labeled it "The Night Ronnie Died" leaked FBI footage. Whether it was real or AI edited didn't matter. The narrative was locked in. Chrisean was guilty in the court of public opinion, and as the internet devoured every frame, she dropped a bomb of her own. A post that simply said, "If y'all knew the truth, you'd apologize." No caption. No tags. Just that. Fans went into meltdown. What truth? Was she talking about Ronnie? About Blueface? About a setup? Suddenly, apologizatork started trending, a weird reversal of the narrative, like the entire internet couldn't decide whether to crucify her or crown her. Even other celebrities started weighing in. Cardi B liked a tweet defending Chrisean. Lil Durk commented, "They always trying to take the real ones down." And then, Nicki Minaj unfollowed her. You could practically hear the shade in the timeline. At this point, the scandal had evolved beyond the crime itself. It was now a mirror reflecting everything wrong with fame, social media, and how fast we destroy people online. Everyone was watching. Nobody was sure what was real. And the FBI's silence became the loudest voice in the room. Then came one final twist. A reporter from the Los Angeles Chronicle dropped an article claiming sources close to the investigation confirmed that no formal charges have been filed and Chrisean Rock is not currently considered a suspect. It should have cleared the air, but instead, it made everything worse because the internet had already decided the ending. And once the mob builds a villain, it doesn't like being told the monster isn't real. Suddenly, fans turned on the media itself. So y'all made all that up for clicks? Where the FBI statement at? So we did all this for nothing? It was poetic chaos. And through it all, Chrisean sat back, still posting Bible verses, still unbothered, still trending. Whether she was the victim of a witch hunt or the villain of a hidden story, one thing was certain: the name Chrisean Rock would never be just entertainment again, because in 2025's digital circus, fame isn't about music anymore. It's about scandal control. The FBI may never say her name again, but the internet already wrote her legend in capital letters. And if history has taught us anything, it's this: once the internet convicts you, no courtroom can save you. But what happens next? That's the cliffhanger nobody's ready for, because if Chrisean really knows the truth, then maybe, just maybe, the feds aren't the ones doing the investigating anymore. Maybe the real investigation has just begun. Phew. If your jaw's still on the floor, pick it up, because this story just body slammed every reality show in existence. Forget Netflix. Forget Zeus. Forget Law and Order. This right here is FBI and fame. The Chrisean Chronicles. And trust me, the sequel's already writing itself in real time. Now, before you scroll off to argue in the comments, do me a favor. Smash that like button like it owes you child support. Go ahead, hit it so hard the algorithm files an assault charge. Drop your theories below. Was this a witch hunt, a setup, or did the feds really catch something we're not supposed to see yet? Because this channel doesn't do official statements. We do chaos, clarity, and caffeine-fueled conspiracies. And if you're new here, welcome to the wildest corner of the internet. Around here, we turn gossip into documentaries and tweets into federal exhibits. We don't just report the mess. We narrate it like Shakespeare with wi-fi.so. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and join the notification gang, because tomorrow's impossible rumor might be next week's breaking headline. And remember, the story never ends here. As long as fame exists, scandals will multiply like baby mamas in a blue-faced lyric.so. Keep your popcorn close, your screenshots closer, and your moral compass in a safe place. You won't need it here, because this is FSEAM Ripple, where truth trembles, drama dances, and the internet always has the final word. Now drop your wildest prediction in the comments. Is Chrisean being framed? Or are we watching the birth of the boldest plot twist in hip-hop history? Either way, stay tuned, because the next headline might make this one look like a warm-up act.